All
Well,
right, so
hello, and welcome to Notary Life with Kimmy. I am here with the Notary Educators Training Team, and this is our Notary Meetup Monday. So we are just talking all things notary, encouraging each other, see what happened last week, what tips we got for this week, what do we plan to do, and we're just excited you all could be here. Okay, so I think let's start with a brief introduction. I'll go myself. It's gonna be real brief because if you don't know, I'm Kimmy. I am Notary Life with Kimmy, also part of the Notary Educators Training Team, where we teach everyone to be a great notary no matter what state you are in. And that's it from me. How about we go over to Alexis? I believe Angela's here, and then we're gonna do a special introduction for Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, it's Alexis. I am also a part of Notary Educators as a trainer, and I also own Alexis Notary Services. How are you all doing tonight? I was listening to you all, trying to get it together for tonight. So I hope you all are doing well, and welcome.
Welcome. Angela, are you here with us? Angela. All right, so maybe she can't speak right now, so we'll move on. And we're going to welcome, for those of you who do not know Jeffrey, Jeffrey is my better half, and he also is a notary signing agent, and he has been one for almost the same length of time as myself. But he can do his own introduction. Jeffrey, would you like to tell the people who you are? I will add this piece. Jeffrey normally works. Of course, he's a notary. He does the same thing we all do. He knows the business in and out, but he's usually behind the scenes doing some of the social media stuff, helping with some of the verbiage. Because sometimes me and my speaking, y'all know I'm from Detroit. My mama was from the South, so I might say anything anyway, but he kind of cleaned it all up. He's very good at writing. So he's very good at that part of the team. So, and he keeps us in line around here when I want to go rogue. So Jeffrey, who are you? Tell us who you are.
Well, who am I? So my name's Jeff Nunley. Just wanted to say good evening to everybody. And as Kim already mentioned, I am Kim's husband, but also business partner and working with the notary educators. I'm really the behind the scene guy. So I've been Kim's been asking for the longest for me to get on the screen. That's not my thing, but that's just the way life goes. Sometimes you got to do things you don't. But anyhow, it's good to be here with everyone this evening. It's incredible to be able to come together as a group and to work together. Like I said, work along with Alexis and Angela, the other two excellent notaries. They have a wealth of experience. So just good evening, everybody, and good to have you on this evening.
So he's not just gonna be eye candy. Feel free to ask him questions. And welcome officially, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all of that. Yeah, I don't know about all that.
He's not just a pretty face, y'all. He gonna actually add something to the conversation. Well, welcome officially, Jeffrey, to the face of Notary Educators. And we always joking during our photo shoot. He was like, "Oh no, not me!" And then before we knew it, he was like, "Strike a pose."
Yeah.
So he's a part of the team. Angela Johnson, tell us who you are. Start with what's going on out here in these notary streets.
I'm here, had a crazy day from the morning to 5 seconds ago. But I'm one-third of Notary Educators, and I have my own notary business and apostle services in Georgia. So welcome, you guys, and I'm so glad that you guys are here tonight.
Yes. So feel free, whatever happened last week you want to talk about in your business, any tips you have you want to share. We didn't have a theme this week, but I do have a tip, and this came from Alexis. And I'm just going to share this as you guys warm up. We will wrap it up within an hour. So let's make sure we don't be shy. Something you want to talk about, something that's working, something that's not. This is a place we can speak freely. So the tip that I had was, though, for those of you who do have a web page, or you should have a Google presence, if you do, make sure you turn on that chat feature, because I was not utilizing that. I knew about the feature, but I got to the point I said, I don't want people chatting with me. But I'm finding that I guess a lot of younger people and people period are just preferring to chat versus calling you immediately. You know, we don't want to talk no more on the phone, right? So I cut that feature on, and I have had some success with that. I actually did a signing the other day, yesterday actually, and she contacted me via chat. We chatted back and forth. This is a tip too. We chatted back and forth for about 3 different emails, because I have mine set up where it comes to my email, but you can have different features, I guess, how you want them to communicate with you. And I let them send it to my email. So by the 4th email, she says, is anyone gonna actually call me to confirm everything? And I was surprised, because I'm thinking that she only wanted to chat. You know, I had given her the price, I had given her everything, but she wanted that final confirmation that we were real, I guess, you know, to speak with the person. So I say all that to say, cut the feature on, but then maybe by the 2nd email, you may want to just go ahead and call the person, because that's my normal MO. I let them, you know, kind of text me twice. Really, after the 1st text, I call them back. But because she kept texting and emailing me, I just said, okay, let's do it that way. So what's going on in these notary streets? What's up, people?
I have a question, because as you know, I'm working to build my Google page since I just got it enacted a couple of weeks ago. And things like, can you do things like posts? Can you write a post in Google and have people look at it? So I know you say you can do chat. I'm going to do that, probably have it text myself. But can I do posts like, say, these are some of the things, you know, here's a particular item about something that was related to my business, you know, and get people interested in that. And I'm trying to do one decision this week where I don't know if I want to publish my home address or not. I originally said I don't want to publish my home address. I'm going to do a service area. And so it actually mapped out the service area and all that stuff. But I found that when I went in without logging in and just typed in my business name, MAG3 Notary Services, I found everyone under the sun in that list except me. And I had, you know, but what I did notice about all of the people on the list was that they all had physical address locations and were all seen on the map, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And I had wondered if I wanted to actually go ahead and make my address public. The risk there being that I might have to get re-verified over again and might have to go through the same troubles that I did before.
So we'll let Alexis handle that. Alexis, what's your thoughts on what he should do as far as posting? Was one of the
that I'm confident in. The question is, do I make my my home address public or not?
Yeah, I want to talk about that posting part too. Go ahead, Alexis.
Yeah, I was going to still comment on the posting part. Make sure you all post. It does help with your search engine optimization or your SEO. Make sure you post those words, those keywords, that whatever you put in your descriptions and things like on your titles of your posts, they do help with your search engine optimization. I've seen it firsthand, just randomly. I've seen it. Make sure you do that. And then as far as your second piece with your address, you just have to, it'll be like an update. So I don't know if you ever had to make an update with Google. When you update something on your page, it'll be yellow and it'll say pending, and then it'll take sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes a day.
That I have done, and then it's taken like 10 minutes and then it goes live. But yeah, unhiding my physical street address, I thought might be something a little more complex that might require re-verification by the support team. I don't know.
Yeah, so from what I've seen with my clients that did that, they added their address, they didn't have to re-verify.
Okay.
So I'll say that. I like to stay on the thin, you know, in the middle kind of though, because well, one thing happens with one person, other people have different outcomes with Google. But I will say for the client that I had, they did not have to re-verify. It was just like an edit, and it let them eventually add it.
Okay, not when
as long as it's a good address, it won't make you do anything special. No.
Okay.
It should not. I'll say that it should not.
Now it oddly enough, when I type in my business name, I do see it like within the first 20 items of being listed. When I type in notaries near me, that's when I don't see it.
You probably don't have enough business because I know we pulled it up last week. You haven't
Right.
probably started getting SEO so you can start ranking. Once you start getting those reviews, start posting.
And that's what I've
It's
been
gonna work
doing.
for you. Yeah, it's gonna work for you. It's gonna be like, oh, what's going on at ABC Notary over there? And then
That was what I accomplished this week. I'm starting to redial or recall all my customers and said, hey, did you like my service? Do me a favor. I just got my Google page up. Can you go to my Google page and write a review for me?
And we're not gonna ask them, do you like our service? We're gonna tell them, hey, thank you for allowing us to service you today. We thank you for your 5-star review. We're not asking for 3, we're not asking for 4. We want a 5-star review. And I've heard other people say you should not tell them what to say.
I do.
You want to address that, Angela?
And some people don't know what to say.
And I do, when I tell them what to say, and I said, it was my pleasure to assist you with your notary today. I would appreciate, a 5-star on my business page. And please mention that, like today, that I traveled to Buckhead for a notary for you today. Or please mention that I did an apostille for you for Columbia. And they always do it.
Yeah, I tell them what I need from them. Because like Alexa said, a lot of them don't even know what to put. They're like, and I'll tell them sometimes, hey, just leave 5 stars. You don't have to say anything. What were you saying, Alexa?
They've asked me before, like, what should I say? Some people, they just going with the flow. They not thinking. They're like, what should I say? I'm like, how did you enjoy, your appointment? Like Angela said, I did this for you today.
And the best time to do that is right after the appointment. So I have a typewritten script on my cell phone. I got all kind of scripts, like little sayings, and it's pre-typed, and I just put in that person's name. Whatever it is, Mr. Smith, thank you. We do appreciate your 5 stars or whatever. I let them know. Don't leave it to chance. Sounds like you should be making some strides. So give it about a month and doing everything that we talked about, and then let's talk about it next month and see what's going on with your page.
Okay.
All right,
you.
Rachel, you're welcome. What's going on, Rachel?
Sorry. I was actually, since we're talking about the Google My Business page, I had a question because I remember when I think it was in a training or something, you said that when we do our Google My Business page, I think it was on the video where you went over your page on the video on YouTube. You said that we should have pictures of everything that we do, like images of the stuff that we do. But I'm running into some problems with like getting the clip art and the images approved on Google through Google. Is there like a specific stock images site that you guys go to, or could you give me any advice? Because Google kept rejecting the pictures that I was finding when I was doing regular Google searches.
Actually, I'll have Jeffrey address that one because he does a lot of my clip art in my videos. Jeffrey, can you talk to what clip art you use?
Yeah, there are a couple of websites. I'm trying to remember what they are. As a matter of fact, you know what? I think it's called Clip Art. I forgot the exact website. It's what you're looking for is something that does not that doesn't have a license connected to it. So initially, when I was doing the videos for Kim, I was trying to be specific because I know that YouTube would kick it back and what have you and say that you can't use this, or they'll try to charge you. You can do a Google search for a free clip art. The background, I'm going to look for it, and when I find it, I can put it into the chat. But that's what I've used and I've never had any problems with anything coming back saying that it can't be used. If that helps.
And do you find that it's like standard enough things or a diverse enough selection that you're not worried about repeating somebody else's graphics and stuff like that?
For me, it seems to be enough where you can pick from it. Now you're probably going to find somebody that may have the same thing, but for the most part, I've not had any issues with it. It gives you depending on what you're searching for, or what type of item or picture that you're looking for, you'll get several. You'll make it 20 options. It could be 100. Just depends on what you're looking for.
And I'll say this to your point, we're all in different areas. And that's why if you sprinkle your own pictures in there, there's only one of you unless you're a twin or a triplet. So we all might be mobile notaries. So we more than likely will have a mobile notary picture on our page. But when you add your own little spice in there of you and your business, who you are as an owner, then that's what's going to help to, differentiate the pages a little bit. So just like they made more than one Honda Accord, they made more than one mobile notary sign. You know what I'm saying? So we're bound to duplicate each other some kind of way, So that's a good point that you made, M. Arnold. So Rachelle, to your point, Jeffrey's going to look for the free app for you. Also Canva, you can use the Canva photo stock. And then again, we're always going to sprinkle some of our own pictures in there with our stamp, with our bag. If we're not afraid for some reason, I always add that little tidbit. If for some reason you're worried about your safety and you're, just say you on the move for whatever reason, you don't want to put your picture out there, that's fine. But if not, I always go back to my realtors. They put their picture on everything. Matter of fact, somebody made this coaster for us as a little gift. I got my picture on everything, so you are the brand.
It's funny you talk about Canva because I'm actually using Canva to create e-flyers that I send out to attorneys and real estate people and stuff like that to ask, are you having these problems with your clients? I can help you with this. Hit me up for a solution.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead to your point. That is a very good tip too, guys. You can use Canva for everything. We're going to go ahead and use that raise hand feature so we can try to keep a little order too, because we got Miss Quintella that has been waiting. And Miss Michelle, I hope that helps you. And we're going to, like I said, Jeffrey should put that in the chat for you soon. Actually,
he's doing it and it's helpful. Thank you.
Very good. All right, Miss Quintella, what's going on with you?
Hello, everybody. How everybody doing today?
Hey, good.
I just have a little tip. I used to work for a title, those Title Max places that I think ours was called Complete Cash. So I had reached out to one of the young ladies that I'm still cool with, and I asked her if I could bring some cards in. So she turned around and reached out to the other young ladies at the other Complete Cash, and they asked if I had flyers, and they would put them up in their store for me. So I actually had somebody call that needed some work. So so that's just a little tip. Instead of just going to dealerships, you can go to those Title Max places or whatever, the title shops that y'all have in y'all area.
Is that like the Title Pond company?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I never thought about them actually. That's a good tip. I know they were very, very popular. I'm sure we still have some. We don't have any in my area, but if they are near you, that's an excellent tip from Ms. Quintella. And everyone should know you're a notary. We always say that.
Yeah.
Angela is the queen. She had something that happened to her today. Ms. Quintella, thank you for sharing that. So if you got a Title Pond company near you, just hop in there. Hey, I'm mobile. I didn't know if you knew that service even existed. It'd be my pleasure to come and assist your client.
How many of you guys, when you do your notary jobs, you just go in, do your little thing and leave? Spend 5 minutes and just leave. Does anybody really talk to their clients about more than notary? Just, I always do. Like today I had a job early this morning. And so I always do it after I finish though, because I don't want to make no mistakes. And so as I was reviewing the documents, I was like, I said, what do you do for a living? Because he initially said, I'm trying to get to work. I'm like, well, you should have called me earlier. I could have came earlier. And so I said, well, what do you do for work? He said, I'm a contractor. I remodel houses and I do this. And I said, I'm like, I may need you. And I said, he said, you do this all day? I said, well, I do more than just this. And I rattled off everything I did. His eyes beamed up. He said, I need you. He says, he needs something for Colombian somebody told me he needed a apostille. I said, that's what I told you I do. He said, yes, give me your card. I need to talk to you. So I tell everybody what I do, and I've gotten so much business from current customers because I told them everything I do. I have a whole conversation with them.
Yes, I always say, get out in that neighborhood. Vernita is hilarious. WWAD. What would Angela do? What would Angela do? All right. Thank you for that tip again. We appreciate it. That's what this is all about. Any tips you guys have that is working, if you got one client from it, we want to hear about it. Miss Jennifer, what's going on? Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I want to say thank you to you all at Notary Educators for being a part of my education. I'm actually looking into taking a couple of the courses, but I'm from New York. I'm a New York notary, and the issue I'm having, or I want to kind of get some guidance on, is travel fees. It's still, mobile notary is still a new concept, believe it or not, in New York or in my area, and so I spend a lot of time selling why they need a mobile notary. I am quite busy, but I don't charge my fee. I don't get paid for my fee up front until I get to my customers. It's been working. A lot of my customers are within 3 miles, but I'm concerned about when I start getting those distant customers. If, I get out there, I have one customer where I headed out and then, he ended up not understanding the process and it was a canceled job. So I don't want that to happen if I have a further job. So does anyone take a deposit? Do you have customers that are willing to pay before you get there to do the service? And I know it may be a shock to leave your house and not get paid, but for me, I'm still very new. So
oh no, it's not a shock. I got a whole video coming out tomorrow about something happened to me.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for the most part, 90% of my customers are through phone calls or texting, and I always get paid, but that still hangs in my mind.
What's your thoughts, Jeffrey? How you handle that? Big man, they pay you?
Yeah. I'm trying to make sure I be politically correct. How do I get them to pay? But I make for those long distances. What we've done, we've made it a habit. If we're going to do something far, then we will ask, "Hey, can you give us at least half before you walk out of the door?" That way it won't be a complete loss for you in the event, because that has happened. We were within 3 minutes of a job. We had driven a good 40 minutes and then they called at the last minute and said, they canceled. So we had to turn back around empty-handed. So after that, we made sure that we would, if it was going to be a distance, that we would at least ask. That has worked. For the most part, we've not had any issues with anyone not paying. Kim says she's going to put out something. We just had a situation. Well, I wasn't here when it happened the other day. She was hot, but anywho, she'll put that out later on.
By the end of the week, it'll be out. Yeah, so look for that.
I'll look for it. Yeah, I mean, it's always like, I know I would charge at least half if I go over the 5 mile. But as I said, a lot of my customers are local, a lot of elderly, a lot of business owners. So I never get worried about that. But, I'm thinking long when I'm begin to do this full time.
Now, did you say, Miss Jennifer? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you say that you've had a situation where someone has not paid you, or you're just concerned that?
No, the customer I had, it was actually this past week. It was on a Wednesday. He needed me to come to his job. So, I was headed out, and I take the bus and train to my customers. So, I hadn't got all the way down, but he asked me, he's like, "So how does this work? I need the document. Do you create the document?" And this is after I've already vetted him. I asked him, what he needed notarized, exactly what the job would be. And I gave him the price on the travel fee. And then he says, and then he calls me maybe 30 minutes later when I'm headed out to him. He's like, I'm like, no, in New York State, notaries aren't allowed to draft your documents. You have it drafted, or you have your attorney drafted. And then, I do offer printing service. So I can print it for you if you email it to me, and I can bring it to you and do the notarization. But I hadn't gotten far. I got maybe a 3-minute walk from my house. And he said, "Oh no, I misunderstood." He apologized. He was, he was kind. And I in turn was kind to him because I didn't want to have an attitude and miss out on a future customer.
Right.
But that's making me be a little more serious about charging at least, I guess, a half or a deposit before I leave.
As a quick question.
In New York too, especially you in New York, you
Yeah,
got bridges and tolls. And
yes,
all that. So in your case,
Yes.
that's why everybody's business is. I'm sorry, Jeffrey, to cut you off too.
No, all right.
We all cut each other off. But to be, and I just call that conversation sometimes, guys. That's how we talk as women. We normally, I mean, most of us don't wait to the whole thing. I try to tell him,
right.
we just talk, you talk, I talk, and we understand each other, right? But anyway, I was saying it depends on where you are. And again, in New York, yeah, you probably need to ask for half of your money because you can't.
Yeah, he was pretty close. He was a 10-minute bus ride, but so again.
Oh, and you going on the bus? Yeah, I'm like Medea. Remember that movie Medea? She started saying,
I get around. Yes, for me, traveling is nothing. So I don't even consider it sometimes because it's like, okay, I'm going to this place to do a job. There's a Trader Joe's over there. I'm picking up dinner on the way. So I don't think I should think about it more as far as that being, I should. And I admit that's a fault of mine. But yeah, for those distance ones I was concerned about, but I appreciate the feedback.
Yes. And we do want to thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your education. Keep us posted on what you're doing and ask for some of that money. Yeah, ask for half of that travel fee up front, especially because of your circumstances.
Okay.
Yeah, because you ain't trying to go off on nobody. And then you will come out if they keep playing with you and your money. So
yes.
Thank you, Miss Jennifer.
Thank you.
All right, Miss Susan. Right. Hi, Miss Susan.
Hi. I'm new. So
welcome. Where you from?
I'm from Virginia. I've actually talked to Angela on the phone. I don't know if she remembers about
I remember.
I got back from the cruise. Sucked.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anyways, different story. But I guess my question is to Angela. I'm very, very interested in apostille. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of in a rural area, but I work I do have a 9-to-5. So I'm doing this part-time and I kind of want to hopefully have it merge when it's time. Mm-hmm. But I noticed on your, you have that monthly program. Mm-hmm. Do you suggest signing up for that once you've already immersed or starting to get assignments? Or is this something to help build with the marketing to discuss? I kind of looked over it today when I was at work. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure when I should enroll or wait.
Well, it's really up to you. It's not like a 50-50 thing. And the reason why I say that is because if you don't understand apostilles at all, it may just be Greek to you. Or some people may feel I can come in there and get information and learn, because it's mainly about what things that are happening in your business. People share what happened with apostilles and just like if they make mistakes or they may have questions about something they did. So it could be work either way. It may be foreign to you if you have no idea what you're doing about apostilles, or on the other hand, it may help you. So it just depends on what you want. You could try it out. And if it's not what you need, then just stop doing it.
Well, no, that's what I'm looking for. I understand I understand what apostilles is. I have never done one, mm-hmm. but I want to learn and build up a team or, I don't know the right word. Just got off work, so I'm brain dead. So I apologize. But get the knowledge and the connections. I don't know if that's the correct word. Marketing strategies, because I live in a rural area. I need to really push my marketing out to the Northern Virginia area.
Right.
So I was wondering if that's what that's really basis is for support and experience and discussion.
It's for that, but all of the courses, whether it's self-paced or in person, it teaches you all of that.
I think, Angela, here we go, not to cut you off. But I think her question is, what are the benefits of doing your monthly mentorship?
Well, you said it much eloquently more than I did. Yes.
So the benefits, are that you'll get to see what people go through with their apostilles, like things that may have happened and how to fix it, or questions that they may have because they were reading something or they were doing an apostille, just sharing information, how to do better in your apostille business and some tips and things. So it's kind of like a mentorship type thing.
Okay, excellent. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was nice talking to you the other day too.
Nice talking. And I've taken 2 more classes, even though I've been a notary. I love the Notary Pro. I'm going to be taking the Google one as well. So I mean, great information. I do have a suggestion, Kimmy, if you could do. I ordered your specialty journal. I would love to have that as a regular journal.
So Angela has the regular journal.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so my journal is for specialty work.
Okay. And Angela has one?
Yeah, she has one for just every day, and mine is specifically designed for your extra stuff that's not necessarily notary related. Your I-9, fingerprinting. Yeah.
I just like how it's laid up. Is it on the website, Angela?
It's on the website.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll relook it. I didn't see it, but I'll relook.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ms. Susan, for allowing us also to be a part of your journey. And the course she was referring to is that Notarize Like a Pro, where it teaches you how to be a notary, how to do your notarial duties. Because most states just give you the commission and they say bye, but we actually show you what you need to do while you're out there. So good information. Good. Thank you so much again for allowing us. And I think to kind of help clear up that mentorship with Angela, it is what you need out of it also, Ms. Susan. So if you need additional help with your marketing, that would be the time when you talk to her about that. You know, what does that look like? That would be the time for, like she was saying, Angela was saying, recapping what other people had went through that week. We're gonna mute Ms. Susan. Yeah, it would give you an opportunity during that session to talk about what happened that week with other people, because you learn as other people are doing them also. So, hey, I'll try to go to this Secretary of State and this happened, or I'm in New York, that happened. So, you know, it's an excellent, I've sat in on a few of those. So, and like she said, if you try it, you don't think you need it at that point in your journey, just cancel.
Thank you very much.
All right, Miss Allison, welcome. How you doing out there?
Goodness, I couldn't get to the unmute button. Hey, everybody.
Hey, welcome.
I had signed up for the last 2 of these, and then I would get done with work and like be dead on the inside. It would be 9 o'clock, and I was like, oh, I missed it. So I'm excited to be here today.
Welcome.
So one of the things I wanted to talk about, well, first, oh goodness, I don't remember who said it now. I'm terrible with names. There's a ton of people in here about the deposit. If I could just add something on that, I've decided to ask for a deposit up front. I'd be willing to work with somebody and, you know, make it work. I'm about making it work, but I live in a cornfield. So at this point, if anyone needs me, I'm going to have to drive out, and I have an SUV and she eats gas. So I figured that's probably in my best interest. So it is something that some of us do. If I lived in a closer area, maybe not. If it was someone I was pretty sure it'd be fine about, probably not. But in general, that's what I did. So if that helps.
Thank you, Allison. Jennifer,
you're welcome.
taking notes?
Jennifer, that's who it was. Sorry. The other thing I wanted to say was I got my first field inspection job this week, and I'm pretty excited about that. Thank you. And that's it. That's the extent of what happened.
You know, that's great. So are you prepared? You have all your little supplies for your field inspection?
Yep, they sent me an ID badge, and I've got to read over the instructions for like the 8th time to make sure that I know what's going on. And it's like durable medical equipment. So I have to go to like a Walmart pharmacy and take pictures of like their diabetic supplies and stuff like that to make sure it's compliant with Medicaid.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
At least you're inside too.
I'm sorry, what was that, Angela? I didn't hear
inside.
Yeah, that'll be nice. I think on that day that I gotta go, it's gonna be like 110 degrees here. So I'm not trying to be outside, I'll die.
And that's the first one?
Yeah, that's the first one. The company contacted me through what is it? Field inspectors.
SoFi,
yes,
right?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
And somebody was asking about that. And do you not have a video on that? I thought you did, but I could only find a short one.
Yeah, so I can't endorse it because I am not a member, but I am very aware that he's like big time in the industry. It's SOFI. So it's society something, a field
Field
inspection.
inspections.
Yeah, so he has a now I'm very leery about paying stuff, but I think he has a free part too. Are you paying anything for that membership, Allison?
Oh no, I try to pay
Yeah.
for nothing.
Yeah, they have a free one too. So sign up for the free one. And I always believe you guys knowing how to do more than one thing. So yeah, I actually am a member too. And I think I used to get jobs from I want to say City Metro or something. We did one or two for them. So yes, additional income though. You know, if you do 5 or 10 of them a month, that's another stream.
Yep, this will be my first job for anything notary related. I had somebody ask me to notarize a car title, but the seller wasn't present, and I was like, "Yeah, I can't do that." So I was excited to have something.
I know you're doing good. You're doing very well. How's that bag work? Well, you get a chance to use the bag your husband bought you.
Yeah, but there's so much stuff in it. It's heavy. I was like, maybe we should have got wheels.
Mine is actually heavy too. I actually go through the same thing. I'm trying to see what I can get rid of, but I like to have all my supplies, so I got to work through that one myself. But
Same. I would rather be prepared. Oh, I definitely will.
Yeah, keep us posted. Allison is very vocal over in Facebook. If you are not a member, you may want to join our Facebook group completely free. You don't have to have taken any of our classes. And we try to put everything over there, but Facebook doesn't show everything that we do. So the other way to stay in touch is make sure you sign up for emails, okay? Free emails, because I'm gonna start putting the links out for the Zoom over there. So you may say, well, if you send a Zoom link out, why do we still have to sign up for it? The reason is because if you sign up for it, you know you have a link. I don't send out the actual extra links or access until the day of. So if you register in advance, you know you can come to the meeting. But if so many people log on, then it may not be a space. You know, so that's the difference between signing up, because I'm gonna try to send it out to every place we can. Even now, I have a few people reaching out right now. Where is it at? So we've been putting it out all day long, all social media. Okay. Thank you so much. So keep us posted, Allison, what's going on over there. Miss Connie, welcome.
Hey, Connie.
Hey. Hey. So a couple of things. I just wanted to, for all of the newbies out there like me, I just wanted to give a recommendation that Alexis gave to me today about building your Google page, by me not having ever done any notarial acts, that to send out a link to your friends to give a review to help build your page. So I thought that was a good idea because I hadn't even considered that at all. And then the other thing, for people who live in warm climates like me, one of the tools that is recommended here in Arizona and like hot places for your supplies is a Yeti cooler. I don't know if you know what that is, but what that does is you can keep it in your trunk or the back of your car without running the risk of it damaging your like electronic devices and things like that. So I just wanted to give that tip.
Oh, that's nice. Is that YETTI?
YETI.
YETI. Okay. Cool. Thank you for that tip too. And then with that friend tip, let's just add a little caveat to that. That we don't want to ask 50 of our friends to leave us a Google review. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Google is very smart. Now, this is for those who may catch the replay too. I always like to be crystal clear. So we saying 1 or 2, 3 to 4, no more than probably like 5 people, because Google is smart. They will know if that person actually interacted with your business or not, like if they found you and then left you a review. So don't just ask 50 random people to leave you a review, or even your closest friends, you know. And when Alexis says that, she means like people who can attest to your character, you know, just getting started. Somebody's like, oh yeah, I know Connie for 10 years. I know she works from a space of authenticity or something like that. Okay.
That's what concerned me about my reviews. I wouldn't want a whole bunch of people there. So I've only limited it to my clients and maybe like one of the signing service owners that I know or something like that know me. That's all I'll have them do.
Yeah. So yeah, let's just be a little cautious there. But that is a good way to get started. Okay.
Didn't mean to put you out there
Connie.
bad. Yes.
No, she's good. No, that's a fair tip. Alexa, go ahead, Alexa.
Oh yeah, I tell anybody that just to get you going, because like we were saying over the phone, when people are looking at your Google page, they're passing you by because you don't have a review. Well, you can't get clients. It's like, you know what I mean? It's so maybe I say a few, 1, 2, 3. I wouldn't personally go past 3, but just make sure they can attest to something, you've done. I've done family notarization, so of course I'm gonna have them leave me a review. So yeah, I'll tell anybody that. But Google, like Kimmy was saying, Google's smart. So just make sure it's organic, and you don't want everybody to leave you a review. You don't want nothing to happen to your page or your reviews.
If they have not done business with you. And I'll give you one more tip to add to that. When I first started, and I'll still do it sometimes, if I have a husband and a wife and I've blown it out the water, I'll have both of them leave me a review.
So I do that.
One time I had a family of 3. It was a mother, father, and a daughter when I was first starting my business. And they were like, wow, you and your husband are so great, da 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 da. And I was like, do you all mind leaving me a review? And they were like, sure. So I had all 3 of them pull their phone out right that minute, and they did the review. So that's another way to get reviews. Ask the multiples in the family if they're all there at the same time. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Google will get sus if all of a sudden you've got like 50 reviews.
Yeah, you work too hard to get your account on Google, so we definitely don't want to get blocked.
Right.
All right.
And now, take the apostille. Take the apostille training. I'm taking another training tomorrow, but take the apostille training. I shook my head the entire time I took the training because I had no idea that I was pretty much already doing it in my 9 to 5. So that training was amazing. Not that yours wasn't, Kimmy. Not saying that, but that apostille training was amazing.
No, she told me you were very impressed. That is so good.
And plus, Connie, she was like that because her job that she has and the processes of apostille, she's basically doing that in her job, but not with apostilles. So as she was going along with the training, she was like, I do this with this, but it had nothing to do with apostilles, but her job was very similar to every step you take with apostille. So that's why she was just like, I can't believe this.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. Well, keep us posted on your journey, how things are progressing. And we are so glad to be a part of your team, Ms. Connie. Allison, what's going on with you?
Sorry, last question. I had been wanting to ask this and I forgot. So I don't know how all of you feel about this. And if it's not, of course, that's fine. I was wondering, could we start a thread in the Notary Educators thing of our like Facebook pages where we can follow each other so we can comment on each other's things and stuff like that? Or would you guys consider that self-promotion? I didn't want to do anything without asking, but I thought it would be nice to be able to connect with people that way and to show support, but wasn't sure.
I don't even know anything about a thread. So can we be searching and get back with you? Oh, Angela may know something about it.
So the best thing to do is, since you know what the person's Facebook page is just request to follow them. Like while you're in the Facebook page, you see everybody's Facebook. So you just click on their name and request to follow them.
Oh yeah, but I didn't mean necessarily like on their personal Facebook, like their business pages. Because sometimes like you don't necessarily want everyone seeing in all your personal stuff. So I didn't know if we could start just a thing like, hey, here's my Facebook page or whatever. And then we could all like each other's stuff. And then you could comment and share and stuff like that to kind of help everybody's business pages. Because otherwise you're just going to see a bunch of pictures of my cats and my kids. I don't know if everybody wants that.
I think that would be a little bit too much and it may take away from what the Notary Educators page is designed for.
Okay. Yep. No problem. That's why I wanted to ask first.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't know anything about it, so I'll let them school me on it, Allison. If we all can see something different, we'll get back with you, okay?
Okay, no problem.
And Miss Jennifer?
Yes, I did have a question in regards to apostille. Ms. Angela, I did also have the opportunity to speak to you this week, and I was starstruck, honestly, because I know exactly who it was. I noticed, because after our conversation, I did start doing a little more research. I noticed that there are quite a few people in New York that offer same day apostille, like they could get the apostille same day. I don't find that to be,
That's not
I don't know.
possible.
I don't know if that's accurate, because I know there is a wait time for them to process it. Even if you drop it off, they don't just hand it back to you the same day unless you are the person traveling.
I don't think
And
that's because of the different processes you have to go through too.
right, yeah, they say, and then I went dug even further into one person's website. It said it's still up to the receiving party to use the apostille or accept it. So I say that to say, like, because I want to take the apostille course, but I'm having some troubles doing it because I don't know how I'm going to compete against someone who's offering a same day service, and I would never offer a same day because I know.
Let me tell you this, Jennifer.
Yes.
I called at least 10 people in New York.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one that answered your phone.
I pride myself on at least responding and, not overpromising.
And only 2 people called me back. The other 8 never called me back.
Right. Yeah. And I just, it's several websites that are saying same day, but I know that's not something someone would ever I would ever send someone out the country to use. I would never feel comfortable. But then how do I compete against those promises if somebody went ahead with that same day service where I could have, done the proper job.
Right.
And they would have went on their way and been fine.
This is what I find with the apostilles. When people call you and they ask you questions, they know whether they're going to use you or not. And they will call around and they're going to price search and do all of that anyway. So that's not even a fact.
Right.
What happened the other day, Angela? We were here in the room together.
I was at Kim's house and we were in the room. So somebody called me and asked me about the apostille. 5 minutes later, they called Kim. So they do it all the time. I had a man.
I watched Kim's like one of the day in the life of the notary when you was trying to find that Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich at the same. I love that video. But yes, I am a free watcher. I love it. But yeah, I just I want to do it, but then I'm struggle with competing against someone offering the same day process. And I know for sure in New York, they want their service fast, and they're gonna opt for the same day. I can't offer that.
But that's not everybody's. When people say people overpromise sometimes.
Right.
People overpromise, then the client gets mad with them.
Yeah, right.
Their stuff. I never overpromise.
Right.
And if I may add this caveat, Jennifer, because I hear Michelle from Tennessee, you say so notary on YouTube. She always says, what's for you is for you.
Right.
So if that client is meant for you, you will have that client.
Yeah.
One, and then let me add this too. I'm always a believer in your phone may not ring every day for it, but imagine someone calls you tomorrow and you don't know how to do it. Then you already know you're not going to get the job.
Yeah,
so
right.
Learn how to do it. You talk to them, be honest with them. And they may even tell you, hey, well, Joe Blow told me he can get it back today. And you already know that he cannot. So then you have to be honest and say, well, I'm sure he might have meant well when he said that. But let me tell you how long it actually takes. And they'll, you know what I'm saying? So I just believe in you need the knowledge if that's what something.
I'm gonna. Yes, I wanted to, but so I was waiting for the webinar because I went on to add it to my class. I said, let me ask this question before, because I want to offer it. I live in a community where I definitely know I can offer the service and benefit, and they can benefit from someone who's willing to go the extra mile, and then I take it right down to the Department of State because it's just a 45-minute trip for me.
And so you might get it done same day too. If they can, you can. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. No, I know they. Yeah, I know I couldn't because if I take it down there, it's still as if I mailed it. But they, I eliminate the mailing process. I would physically do it, take it down there, and it still would be like a 2-week turnaround for them to receive it.
When you take it down there, you still have to drop it off.
Yeah, right. The drop off. Yeah, right.
You can show that somebody died or something, you still have to drop it off.
Right.
So
okay.
They're lying to the client. They're lying.
Yeah.
So you know this already. So really what you considering maybe, and I'm not just saying, I'm not speaking for you, but what you may be viewing as a negative actually might be a positive because you already know
Yeah.
it's lying.
Right.
They
That's when
cannot do it.
When people call me about apostilles and they say, well, can't you do this? I'm like, if anybody told you they can do that, they're not telling you the truth. And then I explain it to them. This is
Right. Okay.
This long. I mean,
And don't call them a liar. Just say, I'm sure they meant
Yeah, no, I would never.
I say they're not telling the truth.
Yeah.
well, even though we
Okay.
all know they lying. Okay.
Right.
All right, Jennifer. So don't let that stop you. We take
I
no.
won't.
The yeses over here, girl.
Okay. Thank you.
We don't take no too easy. Miss Janine, you had your hand up. Why did you take it down? What's up? Let's talk. Miss Bianca, we're coming to you. What's up, Miss Janine? I ain't letting you get off that easy. What's up? Oh, did she leave?
What happened? Maybe.
Oh, maybe she was trying to click. Okay, we'll get her when she come back. Okay. Hey, Miss Bianca, how are you?
Hey, Kimmy. Good. How are you?
Good. What's going on with you?
Okay. So I don't mean to beat a dead horse about the apostilles, right? But I have a question.
Sure, that's where Angela.
Go ahead.
So I'm in Texas. Some people do offer same day service where they're actually taking the apostilles to Secretary of State in Austin. I'm in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting it that day and they're turn around and come back and give it back. Is it per state? Is it state specific?
Every state is different. Like in Georgia, if a guy called me at 10 o'clock on tomorrow morning, say I need it today, I can tell him I'll have it back to you by 1 o'clock because I only live 25 minutes away. Every state is different.
Okay.
Some states you still can't walk in. Some states like New York, they'll tell you they have like an expedited service, but you still have to drop it off in the drop box and they call you when it's ready. So every state is different. If Austin has same day service, if you can walk in, they have it. So every state is different.
And
Okay.
just because, Bianca, so what you may have to do if you already know that there is a possibility for same day, you may want to find you a notary buddy that is in Austin where you guys can work something out, maybe meet halfway. I don't know how far that is. How far is Austin from where you are?
It's about 2 hours.
Yeah, it's just 2 hours.
Girl, I don't know your circumstances, but if you drive, I'm going 2 hours and I'm gonna charge them for it.
Yeah. That's
Yes,
what I
ma'am. And that's what's gonna happen.
same day. Yeah.
Yeah, get your money, Bianca. We turning no's into yeses, okay?
And if
So
they
they may be willing
Yes.
to pay you for same day service. That may be an extra 100. If they need it
100.
ASAP,
100.
200.
Okay,
I don't
100.
know. I don't know how much. Let me just take that back. But I'm thinking if you already charging 200 and you add another 100, I
What
might drive 4 hours. Well,
what would
whatever.
Angela
It's
do?
already the price.
What would you charge?
I
What would
say,
you?
Angela wants their
Yeah, let's
firstborn
get that
child.
straight.
Okay?
Yeah.
An arm and a leg, literally.
3-hour notary. It was not a apostille, and they paid me $400. It was an hour and a half to get there, an hour and a half to get back. I charged them $400. They gave me a $50 tip.
Well,
Yes, ma'am.
I like
Thank
Angela's
y'all.
payment model.
And listen, my
Anyway.
husband is a professional driver. He said, I'll go do it. But
So, yeah,
yes,
that
we are
was-
going to charge them.
Perfect.
Bianca, in any event, if the customer wanted same day, you can just let them know. You know, the processing center is 2 hours away. So my courier, I would have to pay a courier, and the courier fees is this much. And let them decide if they want to pay you. And then you can also offer, I have somebody in Austin actually. And then you can say, well, you could get it 2 day. I have a courier in Austin where I could just overnight it, and then you will get it in 2 days. So there's all kinds of options that you have.
Exactly. Yes, that's the route that I'm going. But thank y'all so much.
Let the
you're
customer decide.
welcome.
Let the
Keep us
customer
posted.
decide.
Okay, I see Miss Janine. Come on, Miss Janine. Sorry about that. I didn't see you before. You moved to page 2 for me.
Oh. Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Hi,
I'm from New Jersey. I've been a notary for over a year and I haven't done anything. So I'm just looking for some tips on what should I do next to get started because I actually want to do it all. So
Okay. So are you a work notary? How did you become a notary?
I'm not a work notary. I did it on my own because I wanted to do the loan signing. And then I start researching, watching your videos, and I see it's so much more you can do. And I'm like, okay, where do I start?
Yeah. Okay. So I would recommend the book that I wrote for your state, How to Start Your Notary Business in New Jersey. That's going to give you an overview. For those of you, let me just show y'all really quick. For those who are not familiar, That's going to give you an overview of what you can do with the business. So it's one for every state: California, Washington, D.C., South Carolina, Michigan, every state. That's where I would start. And it's going to give you an overview of how to start the business. And then once you start it or decide, you know what, hey, I've been watching these videos, I've read this book, which is a quick read. You can see how thin it is, but it covers everything you know to do your business in your state. After you do all of that, then double back and we can help you with training, because you need to know what you're doing. And that's the most important piece of the puzzle, to know what you're doing in the business. So, you know, once you know you want to do it, we'll train you on how to do it correctly. And then you can start adding all these different services that everyone's talking about: apostilles, ink fingerprinting, I-9, get your Google page set. You know, we can help you do all of that step by step.
Hey, Kim, can you repeat the name of the book? Someone was then they were trying to, how do you start your notary business?
Start your notary business in New York, whatever state you're in, there's a book for you.
And we're gonna as a little caveat, we're gonna start our wrapping up process too here.
Yes. So check out the book, and that's where you should start, Miss Janine. And then from there, again, we can kind of guide you along, because we do like these little calls, we do these little sessions like this. So we're definitely not one and done. Whatever you need to try to help you get to the next level, that's what this is all about. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You see, you was trying to sneak out on me.
No.
And you can buy the book at notaryeducatorsllc.com. The apostille course, the Google My Business, and the self-paced courses are on sale 60% off. And everything we talked about is at notaryeducatorsllc.com. So we will let Jeffrey do a final intro, because some people were late. Jeffrey
now reel her in, y'all.
I know.
Now part of Notary Educators officially on the front end.
On the front end,
on the back end, doing like a lot of the. Actually, he's a notary signing agent, like we all are. So he actually stamps papers too. We all walk the walk and talk the talk. So you'll start hearing some of his stories out there. And I also want Jeffrey to speak to what it's like to be a man in the notary space, because sometimes they have to roll a little bit differently, safety wise, making sure women feel a certain way, you know, not making sure they're comfortable and stuff. So we're going to be addressing some of those topics. He also will be talking about some of the electronic pieces of this, like your printers. He's going to be talking about the the scanners and print things like settings, and all the technology stuff that sometimes we're lacking in, or I'll say I'm lacking in. So Jeffrey, if you'll just take a few seconds and tell the people who you are, for those who arrived late, because a lot of people saying Jeffrey's here.
Yeah, well, just to let you know, my name's Jeff Nunley, and I am Kim's husband, but also the other member of the Notary Educators. And I've been working in the background with everyone, the behind the scenes. So I'm looking forward to being on the meetings. But I've had some experience with being out there in those, as you call it, notary streets. So I'm looking forward to being on these other upcoming meetings. And we had a very good meeting this evening. Excellent job, everybody.
Yeah, so we are going to go ahead and wrap it up on time today, so they don't have to say anything to me. We want to thank everyone for coming out this evening. These will be going on again 6:00 p.m. Eastern. For now, go ahead and continue to sign up. I can't find a better way yet to make sure everybody knows about it. So until I do, just keep signing up. I'll keep putting the Zoom link out as I can. So I'm working on that. Be patient. But we will be here on Monday nights. And on behalf of Notary Educators and the Notary Life with Kimmy YouTube, I want to say thank you all. I'll let everybody else say a brief thank you. And it's always our pleasure to be on your journey with you. Okay. Much success. Angela. Yes, MRO.
No, hey, Jeffrey, you talk about technology. I'd be very interested in those electronic fingerprint scanners, because that's an expensive investment. And I want to know, whether or not to do the right thing about that. So, I mean, those things can be like $4,000 or $5,000.
Yeah, that's why we haven't fooled with that one yet.
So, and Janine and Jennifer, if you need help, I am actually a former New Jersey resident, and I lived there for almost 40 years. Now I'm in Florida. So if you need any help in respect to that, I'm more than happy to help you with that too.
You're in the Facebook group too, right?
I will be as soon as I find it, if I haven't already. So,
Notary Educators.
okay, Notary Educators, I will look
Yeah,
for it.
Notary Educators. All right, so you all can connect that way. So we'll start our outros really quick, as they call it. Angela.
Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us as usual. And we look forward to seeing you next week or in the Facebook group.
Lexi.
Yes, and make sure you have something to share with us next week. I really enjoy just knowing what you all have been up to. And I will see you all next Monday.
Hey.
Thank you guys for sharing your time with us. Have a great rest of your week.
Oh, it's
All
our
All right, you
pleasure.
too. Everyone
All
be
right,
careful out
everyone.
there.
Jeffrey, you want to say bye?
Oh, I just want to say everybody to be careful out there.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good week.
All right
Good
now.
night. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Much
Night.
success. Much success.